The bell is tolling. It's a coach. You're immersed in the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll get a look at Le'Veon Bell, fresh off a 100-yard performance a week ago, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the New Orleans Saints. I'll be back at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from Sunday's action. But for now, it's Monday Night Football. And to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. They come in playing some decent football, 5-3 in their last 8 games.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory and were never challenged in that game. Let's see if they have a little bit of a letdown here.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. Commanding the offense will be Lamar Jackson, the electric quarterback out of the University of Louisville.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And here now the offense for Carolina.
So let's all work together on this one because it's natural to just watch the football. But I want all of us to watch the center of this offensive line, the center and the 2 guards. They've got to be able to control the point of attack, and they didn't do such a good job on that last play. Plenty of opportunities to redeem themselves. They'll have to take advantage of that and start to make progress.
Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. He can run for it, and he will. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. On 3rd down, Jackson. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Still leaves him with 4th and short. Any chance you go for it?
It's definitely in the back of my mind. In fact, I've discussed it with my staff all week long, different situations that I may want to go for it. Where's the ball in the field? Do I have confidence in my trigger guy? What am I going to do? I'm also talking about my analytics department. What are the odds? If I don't get it, what's it going to do to me the rest of the game? Personally, I end up taking all that putting it in my head and making a decision. And you know me, I'm probably going to go for it.
Wow, Trey, you want to make an opening drive statement.
Yes, I do. Once I have the ball and I've got it on the move, I don't want to just give up that easily.
And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
White 80. 56. I'm scared. No.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. A screen to Bell. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. They wound up getting nothing out of that 2nd down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Brooks Reed was able to find his way to the QB. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the 1st quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. On the return is Williams. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll roll him out right, and he's going to keep it here. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Play action. It's Jackson. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Jackson now going to throw again. It's complete to Williams. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. This is caught by Williams. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Here's the Panthers punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The numbers for Bell on the ground in the game last week. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger. That's complete. It's Bell. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. Of course, he's coming off that NFC Offensive Player of the Week performance. 2 scores in that game a week ago.
And how did he get them? Speed is one thing, but how about the niftiness in his route running, able to cross people up in the secondary and make sure that they can't quite get to him before the ball arrives. He's something after the catch as well.
Ready? Black 5! Stop your whining.
Now a first down carry by Bell. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Defenses always have a goal of holding a runner under 100 yards. Well, he went over 150 last week, won NFC Player of the Week award honors. And guess what? He's got a chance to do it again because of that vision he has. He sees holes that maybe don't exist.
Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. First carry for Spencer Ware. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Carolina getting set to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 24 carries, 74 yards, and a touchdown.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
We play to win. Let's go.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Let's go.
We're scoreless after one. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a first and 10.
Here we go. Two times.
Now Jackson on first down. Caught by Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. They'll toss it to Henry. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Jackson on third down. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's fourth down. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Here's the Panthers punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here first and 10.
56. Good track.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
On first down, Bell. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. That was shades of Tennessee Volunteer football back in the 80s with Charles Davis coming up from the secondary to make the tackle for a loss.
You mean my teammates doing that, right? Because they would tell you, my coach would say, where's that tape? I want to see that. But how about the complete package there? Not just playing the pass, but being a willing tackler and making a really nice play.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Roethlisberger will throw. And that is incomplete.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. On the counter, it's Henry. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. To throw is Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there. That brings up 4th.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet, you're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now a draw play. This is Bell. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. On 3rd down, here's Bell. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Black 20. 55, Mike. I'm coming. Check it backer, check it backer.
They'll run on first down. It's Bell, and he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. On second down, it's Bell. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Rashawn Melvin that time able to make the play. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Here comes the seventh play now of this drive as this is third and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. K1 short, able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
Here comes the Saints punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now Jackson. He'll run it. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And that'll bring up second down. On second down now, it's Henry. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult third down call now.
The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Jackson operating from the gun. Hard throw, incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They've been playing the field position game thus far. No score, second quarter as they come up on 1st and 10.
Black 20. Check 53. We ain't giving up nothing.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Come on.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking to hit his running back, Le'Veon Bell, that time. And now it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. They go play action here on first down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, it's Roethlisberger. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. And his kick is indeed good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And he's not going to go anywhere as they get him down behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, not much happening on the scoreboard, just a lone field goal in that first half. For the call of the second half, maybe we can get a touchdown, fellas. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
So here are the Saints to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
And you suck. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Go.
The second half starts with a carry by Bell. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Throwing on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. Catch is made by Harry. Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. And that will be incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. Here comes the Saints punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half.
And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Hey, here we go.
Jackson now. He'll try and run it. Give him 9 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Jackson now, just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Hate to say it, but that play typifies what we've seen from this offense all game long.
Yeah, don't you think maybe you flip over your play sheet as the offensive coordinator and see the side that says try something different? You know, because this has not worked all game long. They continue to try and get it done. They've got to come up with something a little bit different. Try something special, something they haven't seen.
Anything to score a point. A quick throw going to be caught by Hamilton. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. On third down, Jackson. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a sixth time tonight. So a change of possession here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Here's Roethlisberger. And his throw is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Terrence Mitchell right there on the coverage. I don't know. He had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 6. Jackson throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Marshawn Lattimore right there on the coverage. He was draped all over it. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on to kick it away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
Like 20. Right there, 56. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Now Roethlisberger down around his goal line. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Bell. And
able to get it across the 10 to the 15. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Good push up front, and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, first and 10. Now Roethlisberger. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And down he'll go at the 25. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Nice hit, boys.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. Looking sideline, incomplete. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Now it's Roethlisberger. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Like 80. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. You.
On first down, Bell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup, first down, New Orleans.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
A couple of first downs has the football position at the 43 as they come up first and 10. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle. On second down, it's Bell. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 28.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Here's Roethlisberger. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And it's caught by Herndon. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
They'll run on first down. Bell. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. They'll go again with Bell. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. Now Roethlisberger. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Well, they frustrated these receivers tonight, really held down the passing game, but there got the penalty.
Fine line between aggressive, good cut.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Spencer Ware, his second touchdown on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice two-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it's finished off by a Spencer Ware touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off.
Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Henry. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Saints' 46-yard line.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. It's Williams on the catch. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Play action. Now Jackson. And that is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, These pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Again, it's Bell. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now he'll go deep down the middle. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around to make the play on the football.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. This is Bell. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run it with Bell. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Bell. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. To Ware on the draw. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger. And his throw here's incomplete. Rashawn Melvin that time able to make the play. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Derek Wolfe, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And this one is right through. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Jackson's pass complete to Alshon Jeffrey.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Jackson. Now he'll pull it down. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. To throw is Jackson. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, they have had success when he keeps the ball running it, but not in that situation. I mean, I think we got an example of why NFL coaches really don't like their quarterback in the running game.
Because whether he keeps it or not, he's likely going to take a hit, isn't he?
No doubt about it. And defenses, they're looking to put that hit on a quarterback.
Stop here, D. Watch the safety creep.
Jackson to throw on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jarrell Casey in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Saints will have the football back. So they finally get their first trip to the red zone, and it ends with nothing.
And that's what I'm going to focus on with you because you teed it up really well. Finally get to the red zone. So there's got to be a little bit of frustration because they haven't moved the ball as well as they wanted to all game. Now they get there, but we got to go for it because we don't know if we're going to get back here again. We don't know how many opportunities because they've been sputtering a little bit.
Absolutely. At this stage in the second half, to get there and not get it for the first time, tough.
Ready? Black 20. Right there. 56. Got you. I got you, son. I got you, son. Tight dog. Black, right there.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. Oh, and they had it stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Bell. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Bell. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. A give to Bell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So Lamar Jackson in the offense, down by 16, a little over 50 seconds remaining. They've yet to dent the scoreboard tonight. Now they've got to do it twice late if they want a chance here. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Now Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Jackson from the shotgun. That one into the hands of Hamilton. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
Let's go.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. A quick throw, but incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jackson. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 38-yard line. 10 seconds to go. Here's Jackson. He's got this complete to Hamilton. Give him a couple on the catch at 2nd and 8. A 4-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8. Now it's Jackson. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans, and they did it in shutout fashion. Impressive.
Would it be too bland of a statement to say they didn't have the greatest day offensively? I mean,
did enough, though. Did enough, but yeah, you're right.
Most games, it wouldn't have been enough. So they've got to go into the locker room and applaud their defensive mates and say, guys, you really carried us today. We'll try and get you back next time. But as for today, you guys were nails out there.
So for New Orleans, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Carolina, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.